Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest on the line. We have Naturi Naughton. Welcome.
What up? Good morning.
Good morning. Do people even call you Naturi anymore? I'm sure. I'm serious. I'm sure you get called Tasha more than anything.
I almost called you Tasha. I ain't gonna front.
You know what? It's kind of funny. I'll be in the grocery store. I'm out in Brooklyn, and they're like, "What up, Tosh?" And I feel like obligated to turn around and be like, "Oh yes, they are," because I'm like, any girl in the hood could be a Tasha, but I know they're talking to me. But most people know me from Notorious and other things, so they know I'm Naturi Naughton. So.
Right.
Well,
you know, it's funny when you announced that you were engaged, everybody kept saying, Ghost's going to be mad. Ghost's not going to like this.
Well, congrats on the engagement. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very, very proud. I told everybody I'm only talking with my left hand, like all the time. I'm just like, oh, how you doing?
Now, didn't
no, it's amazing. I'm very, very happy. Thank you.
Didn't Ghost introduce you to your new bae? Or am I getting my information wrong?
He did. You got that right. His name is Omari Hardwick. See, you call him Ghost. Like, you know, don't start, Charlamagne. Don't start.
I'm just saying y'all broke up. Well, he's dead now, so y'all kind of moved on, you know.
In real life, we were just like friends. But it's funny, Omari and we had a session at the studio. He was like, oh, you got to meet my people, my team, and introduce me. And literally 2 years ago, that happened. And we've been best friends, now fiancés, ever since.
Well, how did he ask? How did he pop the question?
Oh, it was amazing. Okay, I'll tell Angela this, but so basically my daughter and he was like, oh, I want to do a photo shoot for the both of, for the family. And we're doing the shoot. I'm thinking it's a holiday shoot 2 days before Christmas. I'm like, oh, in my dress, stylist. He has a makeup artist, stylist. Everybody's there, my entire team. Out of nowhere, in comes Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and my daughter's obsessed. Zuri's obsessed with Disney. So I was like, oh, this is so cute. After that, the music changes. My parents are behind Mickey and Minnie, my best friend. It was surreal. And then when I turned around, he was on one knee and asked me to do life with him.
Wow.
That is dope.
And he also gave my daughter a ring. He gave Zuri a little ruby, her birthstone.
Nice.
He was like, my commitment to you is also a commitment to her.
Now,
Zuri looked like over the moon excited. I saw the picture. She was so hyped, so happy.
I was. I feel like I've been waiting all my life for this. It's hard to find people in the industry, especially because Tasha's such a sexy, strong character for the last 7 years. I think a lot of men may feel like, oh, can I really be can that be wifey? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not Tasha. I'm Naturi.
Let's talk about the daughter thing, giving the daughter a ring. That's kind of gangster.
That's dope.
That takes things to another level. Is that something men should be doing?
I was a single mom, and a lot of people know I had, a previous relationship, had my daughter. I went through a lot, and then realizing that he made a conscious choice to love me, but not just to love me, he loves Zuri. So I think he's definitely elevated the game of, proposals, because everybody was like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. Like, it's not just you. And the fact that he gave her this little beautiful ring that fit her little finger was touching. So I think, that's next level.
Wow.
After this, you guys were best friends, right? When did it move from being friends into being a relationship? How did you realize that?
That's such a good question, because we went out like groups and friends, everybody just like he's in the music game. We were all just like hanging out. I think when he officially asked me, we went shuffleboarding. Did I ever tell you that, Andrew?
Shuffleboarding?
We went shuffleboarding. Have y'all ever been shuffle? I'm about to, take y'all dating game.
Yeah, I've been to shuffle.
It's like air hockey, but on the ground there's a long stick and you push the.
That's not in New York.
The puck.
That had to be somewhere.
Yeah, it's in Brooklyn.
Really?
Yes,
really?
I never heard of that.
He found this spot in Gowanus. It's called like Palm something. Anyway, I never heard of it in my life. I'm super East Orange, Jersey. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what you taking me to? Some white people games? No offense. But it was a joke.
It is white people games, but go ahead.
But I was like, what the heck? And my fiance is black. So I was like, but anyway, he had an itinerary for our day. He was like, I'm picking you up. This is what we're doing, shuffleboard. So at that point, I was like, oh, we're like dating now. Because when a man has a plan, it kind of like changes everything. It's not just, oh, we kicking it. You know how dudes like, oh, you know, we just kicking it. We hanging out. What's hanging out? No.
Right. And it wasn't a group activity. It was just the two of you. So that's when you really know.
Exactly. He was like, oh, you want to have one-on-one time. So it was cool.
Now, why are you protecting your fiance's identity? Are you afraid that some of the people who want to kill you or Tariq would want to kill him as well? Like, what is it?
First off, nobody want to kill me. If you saw the finale of Power, everybody's a little sad that they done sent me away.
You got shot at.
I did get shot at before.
Tommy tried to kill you.
I deserved it. Tommy did try to kill me. I deserved it. I recognize that. You know, I did kill Lakeisha, and I kind of planned to kill Ghost with my son. I just think people, until the wedding, like y'all will see him at the wedding. I just don't think people need to be like all in his Instagram and all, you know, because I've done it before with, you know, when I was in a relationship with my daughter's dad. I feel like I made the mistake of putting too much out there too soon. And I learned. So I'm just doing it for a lesson learned, because so many people are not happy for you. Like truly, so many people don't want what's best for you. So I was like, no, we'll just take our time with this information.
If anybody knows, it's not like a big secret. Like you'll see them out together. They're together all the time.
Yeah, if you know me, you know me. If you know it's not like a secret love. Like I'm not, you know, about to marry somebody who's got another wife. Like it's not one of those. It's not a secret situation, but it is protecting the people. And I feel like I learned from Beyonce and Jay. They literally got married and no one even knew, unless you were close with them. Right. That's how we gonna do. And then the pictures will come out a month later.
Now, were you thrilled about the reception of Power Book 2? Because everybody was loving watching it this season, and you had such a huge role on that. But you also never know what could happen to you, right? Were you ever scared you might get killed off?
All the time. Like, actually, I thought I might die in season 6. And when they killed Ghost, I was like, oh, it's real out here. Y'all just out here like killing folks. And I had to kill Lakeisha. That was the hardest thing. I mean, shout out to Lala, shout out to Amari Hardaway, who is amazing, my big brother. But this season, Michael Rainey, he stepped up. I mean, shout out to my TV son, Michael Rainey Jr. I'm just so proud of him and all the players, because Ghost has become the next generation for, you know, the younger people to feel connected to, the college experience. So I'm happy that people are loving it. I'm just sad that I spent most of the season incarcerated, but hey, what can you do?
Yeah,
I was in an orange jumpsuit the whole time.
But that, I mean, I like that element of the show, and some people are the glue of a show. I can't see Power without Tasha. Like, Tasha is the through line to a lot of different stories. I can't see Power without Tasha.
Thank you. It's a blessing. Honestly, I got this show when I was 29 years old. And I honestly remember just feeling like, you never know. Most shows get canceled in a year, maybe 2. And I got to move to Brooklyn. I moved from LA. I got to buy my first home because of Power. I had a baby, became a mother, and went back to work 8 weeks after a C-section on Power. So I just feel like
became a fiance because of Power. Technically,
became a fiance. Yes, I got my TV husband got me a husband. You know, what are the odds? So I just think, you know, when people watch Power, I hope that they feel inspired as a woman, as a Black woman, that you can be a brown girl and be the lead. You can be sexy and beautiful and still be raw and still be hard. You can be a wife, a mother. I just think, you know, coming from 3LW and all that I've been through in my career, woo, I made it.
Did you ever think of not doing it? Did you ever think of, you know what, maybe I don't want to go to Brooklyn. Maybe this is not going to be as big as it is. Did you ever think of that when you first do it?
Never, ever. First off, I'm from Jersey. Shout out to, you know, Jersey, East Orange. I was excited to find a job to bring me back home to the East Coast. My parents live in Jersey. My whole family is rooted here. So I was like, wow, I got a job that puts me close to home. 50 Cent was executive producer. You know, Courtney Kemp is a beast as a writer. So I never imagined that I would not take this job. And plus I was not working for 2 years and I needed a job really badly. Like you don't really get the beggars can't be choosy.
Got you.
You know, I wonder about your mental health, though, Naturi, because the character of Tasha is so intense. Some would say evil at times. How do you not take that character home with you? How do you get that out?
I mean, that's interesting because I'm such an actress. Like, I mean, as far as knowing how to compartmentalize. So that's a great question, Charlamagne. I just feel like for me, I've been doing this like since I was a teenager, entertaining per se. I shut it off. It's like a little light switch. Just like when you guys know, all right, we on the radio, like once you hit the airwaves, you kind of know your voice, your energy has to shift. I know that when I go to work and I play this evil character, I sometimes have to, you know, really disconnect. So when I go home, I'm relieved. It's like taking off your clothes and being in a bra for 20 hours. Like I'm wearing tight corsets and sexy clothes. And then I get to come home and be in my sweats and just be me. And I come home and Zuri and she's just like, mommy. So being a mother honestly helps you shift because I know I have to go into mommy mode. So
listen, in real life, right? Would you go to jail for your child? If your child did something and you'll take the...
Of course, I would take a bullet for my child. I will go to jail. I'm also in real life a little G. I'm a little gangster. You know, I've had some people that I wanted to, you know, pull up on. You know, Angela, I had a couple people. I named a producer. I can't even remember his name, but you know, we'll just say that. You know, I know how to, you know, disconnect and be cool. But in real life, I would definitely take a L.
So you had to pull a gun out on somebody, Naturi?
Not a gun. I'm just saying, you know, I had been in situations where I wanted to pull up. And, you know, recently there was a interview that I just felt like, oh, okay, I might have to call somebody to pull up on what's his name. But, you know, it's just, I guess it's a thing for people to say that they've been with me is apparently like
perspective. This was him making on Drink Champs, and remember he said that
Young Berg, yeah, I remember.
Oh, is that his name? I forgot.
I did speak to Naturi about it. She was like, it's not even true. So I don't know why he would say that. It was the craziest thing.
So y'all never had nothing? You never went on a date or nothing? He just came out of the blue with that?
So Envy, I was 15, 16 when I was in 3LW. I don't know what kind of date. I mean, group activities. I remember we all lived in LA and Archdome. Maybe, you know, we all hung out in groups, but I wasn't even doing dates, but let alone active. I mean, that took a lot for me not to come on here and be like, really? That's why a week later, wasn't there like an apology or something?
Yeah.
He apologized. He was on lip service. He apologized for saying that.
But hey, maybe it's a compliment. I was like, everybody was like, yeah, they want to, you know, people want to get with Tasha, and I was like, okay, I get it. You know, poor baby.
So let's put it in the power world. If this was the power world, who would have killed young Berg? Tariq, Tommy, Ghost.
Tariq for sure.
Tariq for sure, disrespecting his mother. You know, he don't play that. Ghost would have got him just off the strength of trying to be like, oh, you've been with my wife. You know, he killed. What's his name? I can't remember. Brendan Victor Dixon, my lawyer. He killed him. Not because of jealousy, because of power. Sometimes it's just about power and disrespect.
No, it's
you don't respect.
No, it's disrespectful that you cheated with Silver and don't even remember his name.
I mean, it was 3 seasons ago, Charlamagne. I can't remember everybody out of. Like, let me stop. Now that doesn't sound good. I'm like, wait a minute. Can't remember everybody I had a relationship with. You know, that's in the show. In real life, I'm very, very particular about who I give the goodies to.
Did Berg ever reach out to you and be like, I apologize, I was wild and I was drunk?
Nah, he should have.
He deserves. You deserve that.
I mean, I didn't even. Yeah, it's cool. I don't even have his number, and he don't have mine, so it's all good.
That's when you just minding your business, and then some shit happens, and you
like I'm literally minding my business,
right?
Like, and then people are like, "Oh, word, did you?" And I'm like, you know, so done and done. But you know, I'm about to be a wife, so I'm like, it's cool.
How was it working with Mary J. Blige and Method Man? I saw you had your scene with Mary J. Blige in the finale. Was it the finale?
Yeah, it was. It was.
Right.
That was our first
with Method
scene.
Man. So how was that on set?
I love working with Method Man. I didn't get to work with Mary as much as I wanted to, but we had that one scene in the season finale, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm standing next to the queen. Like, I literally grew up, as coming up in the 90s and watching Mary and Method be like, the figures in the game. I was inspired. Method Man is like a big brother now to me. We actually he actually jumped on one of my songs. We did a song together. And I'm so excited because Method is so dope. He's just so talented. And as an actor, he is so focused. I just want to say working with him has been amazing. Working with Mary has been great too, but we just only had that one scene. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. At first I came in and I was like, oh, real love. I thought she was about to hit me with it. But then I was like, oh wow, she's on a show that I created a platform for. I helped be the foundation, and now someone like Mary J wants to be in power. And I remember meeting her and she was like, oh, Tasha's my chick. Like, I love Tasha. You represent for the streets. And I just appreciate her love and support, and Method Man too. That's my heart.
That Mary impression, man, it reminds me of somebody that reminds me of you, because I feel like y'all could be sisters. Brescia Webb. Brescia's always doing Mary impressions. So your little Mary impression just now.
She did. That is hilarious. Yeah, she was on a show where she actually did Mary. It's hilarious. But yeah, we're similar types.
Let's get back to this album though, because you mentioned Method Man hopped on a song. So what's going on with music? Because I know you've been working on this for a while now.
Yes. So I was been in New York, was in Atlanta actually right when COVID hit, like working with Troy Taylor. I was working with producer here, Lamont Coleman. I'm just excited. I got a song with Ro James, a song with Ro Timmy, a song with Method, and shout out to Ro Timmy. He also just got engaged, and we've known each other for years in Jersey. So, we go way back, and how he got in power. We just support each other. So for me, music is my first love, but it's also like been a little bit of a sore spot for me getting back into the music business. And Envy, you know me since I was a teenager, and coming into the music game, it was different back then. So right now I'm pouring in the heartbreak of, being on my own as a mother, but also the joy and the love that I've found in my life. So my music is my therapy right now.
I can't wait.
So I'm excited.
I can't wait to get that 3LW reunion on your album. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Is that going to happen?
He tried to bait you into saying something.
What my shirt say? Team Tasha. That's all it's about right now and beyond. Because I could never, like, in so much stuff, I'm sure people see on Instagram, so much things have happened that have really solidified that there will never be that. But I do respect Adrienne. She had apologized on her show, The Real, like a few years ago, and we pieced it up, and I have no issues with her. I think the other girl, I just wish her the best.
There needs to be healing between y'all two. Why does it seem that she's so bitter about your success and happiness?
That's such a good question, Charlamagne. You should ask her. I wonder the same thing sometimes. It actually, it's one of those things where I just pray for people and just try to be like, just like I prayed for what's his name. I think you just have to release that energy, because truly, when people don't know how to deal with a light and your light, you almost have to just wish them well. And I just can't even, because I put my life into that group as a teenager. I left high school. I didn't get to go to prom. I didn't have a graduation. And at the end of the day, I'm just happy that God brought me to this point so that I can actually be here with you all.
Now, what if Keely Williams does a diss record towards you produced by Hitmaker?
Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Shut up, man.
That is hilarious. Wait, that's actually funny.
I'm just telling you, be prepared.
Funny.
Be prepared for any.
And they
for
both
all...
got, they both got the same complexion. That, you know what? That's funny. That would actually be hilarious. I actually want to hear that. Yeah, no, that's actually a good idea. Maybe that will revive something in her career. I don't know.
Wow. Naturi, wow.
She got the serious face too. You said
healing,
maybe
Naturi, healing. We want healing.
I'm all about the healing. I just think, that could be a comeback story. Good luck.
And for Naturi, for you just moving on and being successful, I think is healing enough.
Amen. Because it wasn't easy getting here. So when people say, "Oh, are you mad? You throw shit?" I'm not trying to throw shit. I really am thankful that I'm in the best place in my life. Like, but I will admit, I don't want people to think, "Oh, you here now, you Tasha, you engaged, you're happy, you got a beautiful daughter." I don't want them to think it was easy.
Right.
I really don't. I speak to my experiences, and I've always been real, even from, playing Notorious and Little Kim and my journey. My first movie, I came out the gate with, there was always something going on, but I want people to know it's real out here. Some people will talk about you. Some people will hate on you. Some people will lie on you and your thing. But you have to be able to address that and keep moving. If I was a weak person, I wouldn't be able to rebound and bounce back. So I think of it as not shade, but a testimony, because people need to know you can recover and keep going.
Gotcha.
While you've been filming for Stars all this time, have you had to turn down other opportunities?
Yeah, a lot actually, because I'm such an integral part of the show, particularly in Power. There were certain, I was offered to sing the national anthem actually for the Golden State Warriors for their opening game. Like, what was that? Before COVID and nobody could really do anything. This was like 2 seasons ago, 2 years ago. And I was so excited and I was going to do it. But then Power changed the date and we had a table read and I couldn't go. I couldn't fly to California. And I was like, oh, that, this is a part of the life. Sometimes when you get the dream, you also have to recognize that with the dream comes sacrifice. So I couldn't just go off and shoot everything. Some things I was able to do, but honestly, this has been my focus in my life for the past 7 years. And I'm okay with that because it's changed my life dramatically and my bank account. I'm okay.
Hey, is the album going to be independent?
I think so. Independent, probably, talking to some people at Empire, just figuring out if I want to do a distribution situation. So we'll talk, but I'm really just focusing on getting the right music and the right, team and just pouring. I'm writing a lot of the songs as well, co-writing, and just figuring out what I want the tone to be. So.
And I love Empire. I think Empire do you great. They got a great radio team. They got a great team around them that really push and work records and help artists out.
Exactly.
And it's still independent, so you get a lot more of that money on the back end.
Exactly, because I want to have ownership in my music, which is, again, mistakes that I made in the business. I feel like I've had like 3 lives in a weird way. I've been a teenager in the business, 20s, and now I'm in my 30s. So I'm starting to see all the mistakes, like I was saying about being engaged. I made mistakes in the past with, not making sure I had ownership and not writing or not being as involved in the business part of it. So thank God that I'm a little more mature now, so I can actually learn how to be part of the business and make sure that when it's all said and done, I own my masters.
Now, you said that your fiance is in the music business. Is he working on this album with you?
No, not directly, but isn't everyone that loves you always working on a project with you?
Yep.
You know what I mean? In a real way, your spouse, your significant other, your friends even, in some, even me playing it when I came to your birthday, I think at Dumbo House. I remember I popped up on you last year. Was that last year?
That was my birthday last year.
Yeah, and I was just with you for your birthday this year, which is awesome. Happy birthday again. I just think, even listening, saying, hey, what do you think it is? Or you need to go with a Caribbean, Afrobeat vibe, or you need to go, remember? I think everyone who loves you is working on it with you because they're helping you learn. They're giving you a little bit of, tweaking and influence, and the people who know you, love you, and support you, they definitely have been. So he has to, sometimes I think I push him into like, why aren't you helping me more? And he's like, this is my journey and it's part of me. And I don't want the business to ever like mess up our relationship.
That's true. It's funny. I interviewed Jermaine Dupri and he was saying that about when he was dating Janet Jackson. She would be like, why aren't you? Yeah. And he feels like it's not a good idea to mix. If I'm not working with you and we're in a relationship, he doesn't want to mix those things.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I've done that before too, child. Made that mistake. when I was actually, that's how I got in 3W. My first boyfriend, actually, no, not how I got in 3W, how I got on Broadway. My boyfriend I was in college, and he's the one who sent my resume to this big casting director, Bernie Telsey Casting, cast me in Hairspray. I wound up on Broadway. He winds up managing me. We're, kids. And my first real boyfriend was from Union, New Jersey. And he helped me, and every person has a purpose. It doesn't mean that I regret that. It just means that that was actually the death of our intimate love relationship. But I was like, a kid. So
did you send him a Rolex? Did a gift card
I
from
sent him a letter.
A letter.
I sent him a letter because we didn't have the best breakup and things, and he felt like I had, my career, and I didn't want to have him as a manager. Things went left, but I did send him a letter. I offered certain things, and I don't know, we never spoke again. It was like a distant. I was like 18, maybe 19.
Now he gonna use this.
I ain't had no money.
He gonna use.
I didn't have money to buy myself a Rolex though, Charlamagne. Can I get myself one first?
He gonna sue you for back pay and use this in court.
Why you always trying to get somebody in trouble? Can we talk about that? Don't make me get Tasha on you, Charlamagne. I will bring her out.
Is Tasha going to be on Raising Kanan?
I don't think so, because Raising Kanan is backwards in the past. Do you mean Tasha as a young person, like younger?
We're in school. I'm just wondering, is there a Tasha?
We didn't meet. No, actually, I met Ghost because he's 4 years older than me, so I wasn't actually in school I think 5 years actually. So I didn't meet Ghost until after high school. He was out of high school and I was a freshman, so we would never. I mean, I don't know. They're writing it right now and I think shooting it, but I ain't getting no phone calls. So, I don't think so.
Let me ask you, TV Mama Tasha, who do you think is the best girl for Tariq? Lauren, Diana, or Effie?
Effie.
Really?
Yeah. I love Effie. And maybe I'm just connected to the journey. She's bad, but she's good because she's the only one who truly is seeking to understand the depth of him, even the painful parts. Everybody wants the piece of Tariq that they think is what is going to be good for them. Like Lauren wants, this college boy, he's sweet, he's charming. And, Diana, she wants the side of him, the street side and, to protect him, almost like Tasha. I like her too. And shout out, they're all doing a great job as actors. But Effie feels a little, closer to what I would say Tasha was for Ghost, because they both know what it means to be in this world and to be criminal and to have killed and to have lied and to have sold drugs. They both understand it. Diana, even though she's in the drug family, she don't do nothing. Like, she's not actually out here like getting it. And I think Effie is the one that's going to be his partner in crime. And I think she's going to be the one in the end that really protects him and has his back.
That sounds like trauma bonding to me, Naturi.
You know what? It's interesting because Tasha and Tariq do have a lot of trauma bonding. Mm-hmm. She helped him kill his father. Yeah. Tasha helped her son kill. What kind? When I read that script, I was like, really? But it's so good. Like, the writing is so good that I can't even say that it doesn't make sense. It's so justifiable because of the pain of that family. So I think Effie is the best one for him. Now, did I say she's the most functional? Is she just, I don't know about that, but she will be a ride or die for him.
Because you need somebody that's going to lead you away from a life of crime. That's why I hated the Tasha character for a second. Because I'm like, why she won't let Ghost get out of this life of crime?
Get out of the game.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, but what'd you say, Angela?
He was also cheating on her and had a whole other relationship that he was planning to leave her.
Yeah, but what that got to do with her keeping him in a life of crime?
I think it's hard for you to want to do those things if you're not doing it together. It was kind of like he was leaving, but leaving her behind.
Exactly. So the difference is Tasha was afraid that Ghost was going to abandon their connection, abandon their relationship. She wanted him to stay in, not because she necessarily wanted him to get in trouble and die and be in the crime, but it's because that was the fabric of their relationship, their love. When you built, Exactly. He was like, "Oh, I'm, Angela now, and with the club, he wearing all the nice suits, which he always wore. Amari looked great in every suit he put on. But I just think something about that dynamic is what made the show so special. If I was like, yeah, baby, go ahead. What do we have to fight for? That's also what makes television writing so, I think, captivating when you don't go with what you expect the wife to do.
Mm-hmm. And I think I also look at her like she's already kind of told too much about him. Like when they were selling the cocaine like she didn't have to snitch on him already. And then that caused all kinds of issues. I'm like, why is she already telling on stuff? It just didn't sit well with me. Which
character?
When she came on campus and remember Tariq was selling cocaine.
Oh, yes.
And she told him right away, like, yeah, he's selling it. I'm selling this here.
Yeah, that's true. That's a problem. Can't be a snitch in this game. Snitching, get your stitches. Okay.
All right, Natasha Naughton.
You know what? Don't confuse people. No, say my name right. I'm gonna come through this Zoom right now.
I'm sorry,
and take
Naturi.
off your bucket hat and see if you got a cut.
He definitely ain't got no cut under there, I'm sure.
He ain't got no cut. That's why he got this bucket hat on.
You're absolutely right.
You, too, boo.
You want to talk about trauma? Let me take this hat off and let y'all see this headline.
I know, now that's trauma.
On Naturi,
that's trauma.
Hold on. I'm gonna take it off and cry like you did when you took the wig off. Hold on.
It's a big rich town. I just happened.
That was, and then wait, and then the last thing I had to put. But see, I can laugh at myself at the end of the day when all that stuff about my hair. I mean, people, I really don't care because this is the happiest I've ever been in my life.
I can tell you are glowing.
Thank you.
You are glowing.
You, I ain't pregnant though. It's not that kind of glow. So don't let people go out there and be like, she glowing, she got a baby on the way. You know how they do. But I think it's so interesting just to be happy, man. Just something just roll off. I feel like Aaliyah right now. It's all good. Just dust yourself off. And I'm gonna just keep going and keep living and keep being happy.
You're a great person in real life. So just congratulations on everything.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Naturi. All right. Well,
we
appreciate you for checking in. Love. Thank you so much. It's Naturi Naughton. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Peace.